Good morning, brothers and sisters. Doug White, way down here in Alabama, or up there in Alabama, depending on where you're located. Good to see everybody this morning. Peace and love, goodwill toward everybody. This morning, I'd like to try to give my view on this passage in Matthew, which is always seems to come back up. Been wondering about what it meant my whole life. Still not sure I got it all down, but it's probably the hardest saying in the Bible. And what I'd like to get to is the truth. What does it actually mean? And that is the passage over in Matthew 5. In fact, really the whole, just about the whole chapter in Matthew 5. Well, anyway, it goes into our Lord being God, Him being God in the flesh, Jesus Christ. He goes into this he speaks on as the law. He speaks as the law. And there are a lot of hard sayings in this chapter. Things like pluck your eyeballs out, cut your hand off. And when you get to the end of this thing, be perfect. And then it covers just about every avenue. And when you get to the end of it, you're thinking to yourself, well, then who can be saved? Who has not offended with the eye, with the hand? Who are these people? Who can be saved? To me, my view on this passage, our Lord can make any conditions He wants to because He's God. That's my view on the subject. But what is in the mind of our Lord when He's saying all this? Well, He being the giver of the law, in my view on this passage, is humbling man into the dirt so he can only look up and say, have mercy on me, I'm a sinner. All the time knowing that he was going to the cross. He fulfilled the law and went to the cross and nailed it to the cross. So he spoke as the letter of the law right here. You read it. There's going to be something in there for everybody. And you're going to realize you don't measure up. So you go through it. There's something in there for everybody. He speaks as a letter of the law. And the scribes and Pharisees, he says, unless it exceeds those of the scribes and Pharisees, you're righteous. They tried to get every little point, see. But he said it had to exceed that. I believe what he's saying here. Our Lord, my view, I'll change my mind tomorrow if I'm wrong. I believe he's speaking as the letter of the law. And everybody, when they look at this, when they get to the end of it, they're saying, who then can be saved? Like over there with the rich young ruler. His disciples said, well, who then can be saved? And all he asked him to do was sell everything and give it to the poor. But God is rich in mercy. In my view, in this passage, the hardest saying in the Bible, He's putting it out there to anybody. Might have been some Pharisees standing around. I don't know. To all God's children everywhere. The Pharisee heard it. He might be thinking, well, yeah, I can do that. But I'm saying I can't do that, and I haven't done that. And I'm in need of mercy from our Lord. That's what my view on this passage is. I don't think He's telling people to go out there and cut their hands off and pluck their eyeballs out. I don't think I would, tell somebody that I loved and I was fixing to go to the cross for to do such a thing. I don't believe that. But that's just my view on the matter and my opinion. The hardest saying in the Bible, the law, And lots of people take this, and but I think that the eyes of the Spirit have to interpret a text. And maybe there's somebody out there that has gone across this text before. And I'm just telling you, that's my view on the matter. You decide between you and your God what it means. But at the end it says, and be ye perfect, even as be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect. You see, when you get to the end of this little text, this is Matthew 5. Of course, there's a lot of other stuff in there, but I'm not going to get into it now. But what I'm saying is, in my view, the Lord our God is saying, him being the law himself, he put it to the Pharisees and everybody else standing around, a double barrel shotgun load of the law, if you think you can keep it. And which we can't and we don't do because of indwelling sin that's in us until we die. So that's my view on this passage, best I can see it. And anybody can make out what they want to. But anyway, let's see. I didn't really have anything much else to say this morning, except I wanted to get this out there in as short as I could, because there was some question on it the other night that some of the brethren we were discussing on another channel over there. But anyway, that's what I want to say. Peace and love to everybody from old Doug White down here in Alabama. And I hope to get back with you later.